So the Atlanta Falcons are now 5-3 on the season, and it may not be the best record for a team that is above 500, considering the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs are still undefeated. But when you look at the wins that they have, they're very crucial. They have so many division wins already early in the season that is crazy. They defeated the New Orleans Saints, they defeated the Carolina Panthers, and they just went out there and they defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers not once but twice this season. And they looked very good winning in division. And that's how you make the NFL playoffs, by winning games in your division. And something else that is also important to bring up, they went out there and they defeated the Philadelphia Eagles many weeks ago on a Monday Night Football game. This is a definition of a team that is still figuring themselves out on a week-to-week basis, and they're still winning a lot of football games because of it. When I look at this Atlanta Falcons team, they have the skill position locked down. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Kyle Pitts has been very good this season, Drake London, and Darnell Mooney. Kyle has not looked this good since his rookie season with Matt Ryan. And that's been the one thing that a lot of Atlanta Falcon fans have been beating the table about, saying if we had a franchise quarterback, if we just had a solid quarterback, we'll be in a better situation because of the weapons that we have. Well, the Falcons went out there, they bring in Kirk Cousins, a very good veteran quarterback who was a very good consistent starter on a week-to-week basis with the Minnesota Vikings. You can make the case that Kirk Cousins is a top quarterback in the NFL. He just doesn't have the playoff numbers to back it up. And I do believe that the Atlanta Falcons, if they can stay fully healthy, they will make the NFL playoffs this season. So this is the best shot for him to go out there and win some playoff games. But this team does have a huge weakness on their defensive end, and I will talk about that in the next couple of minutes. When I look at this offense, they're very sporadic. They'll have a game where they go out there and Kirk Cousins throws for over 500 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns. Then the next week he'll come back down to earth and they'll run the offense through the running backs, and he'll go out there and throw some interceptions like how he did against the Seattle Seahawks. A lot of it is trial and error. Coach Robinson is still figuring things out because he is a rookie coordinator. He's a rookie offensive coordinator. Hopefully in the later part of this season and after this game, they will be more consistent on the offensive end. They don't have to go out there and put up 30 plus points in every single game. That's not going to happen in the NFL, especially in today's NFL with how good defenses are. But they do have the ability to go out there and win close football games. Look at what happened against the Philadelphia Eagles. Kirk Cousins went down there, game-winning drive, looked perfect. He went perfect in that drive. You look at what happened in the Steelers game. Yes, they lost that game, but they lost to field goals. If the offense was better and Coach Robinson puts them out of the pistol formation, maybe they go out there and they defeat the Steelers in that football game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't get me started. I'm still upset that they did not call the pass interference call on Kyle Pitts, because fair is fair. The officiating has been terrible all season long. They lost that game 22-17. That was also another close football game. The only game that they have gotten blown out in was against the Seattle Seahawks when they lost that game 34-14. That was just a bad game on the day. I like the Atlanta Falcons offense. From the offensive line, from tackle to tackle, I like what they have. The running backs are very good. You have Bijan Robinson. He's more so of the complete running back type, while Tyler Algier in between the tackles. You need a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, your 1st and goal. You give him the football, he's going to power through there. You can also give Bijan Robinson the football in the goal line situation as well. Bijan Robinson is more so a guy that you want to use as a receiver than Tyler Algier. But Tyler Algier can hold his own. The man had over 1,000 rushing yards many seasons ago with Arthur Smith calling plays. And those were the dark days with the Atlanta Falcons when he was their head coach and main offensive play caller. But I look at guys like Drake London and Kyle Pitts, and I'm happy for them because they have been stuck in bad situations with quarterbacks like Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder. And no offense to those guys, they're not good starting quarterbacks on a week-to-week basis. When I look at what the Falcons have now, it's more than enough to go out there and compete in the NFC. Kirk Cousins just has to be consistent, and the play calls have to be better as well. And you have these 2 running backs. You can run your offense through Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. They choose not to at times, but it's working so far. I do believe as the weather gets colder and you go against tougher teams, you're going to have to lean on those running backs. And that's what you should do. What happened a couple weeks ago against the Carolina Panthers, Bijan Robinson had 95 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Tyler Algier, 105 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Not every team is the Carolina Panthers because their defense may be the worst defense in the NFL in the last 10 years. But if you go against certain teams, run the football, use more motion patterns as well. But the way that they've been able to use Kyle Pitts over the last couple weeks, I'm very happy to see that. And the same with Drake London. And Darnell Mooney is a phenomenal wide receiver. Very good deep threat, can do some things with you on some comeback routes as well. He fits the system of a play action bootleg, and he can take the top off the defense. Their offense is very good. Their defense, on the other hand, they are still struggling to stop the run, and they cannot put a lot of pressure on the opposing quarterback. In order for this team to make a deep playoff push, you're going to have to figure those things out on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm looking at Coach Morris here. Now, they did a phenomenal job today against Baker Mayfield. They forced him to throw 2 interceptions in today's game. They rotated A.J. Terrell a lot in this game to where he was basically playing a lot of disguised coverage. They've been doing that a lot this season. They didn't do it much last season, but this is a brand new defensive system underneath Raheem Morris. I love it. They're still playing that press man coverage at the line of scrimmage. They're getting physical with the wide receivers, but the way they're able to rotate those safeties and defensive backs around, I like that. And part of the reason to why you can do that is because you have Justin Simmons and because you also have the best safety in the NFL, in my opinion, in Jesse Bates, who has been phenomenal this season and last season as well. When I look at Jesse Bates, this man can get forced fumbles. He can make tackles in space. He's an interception master. He can blow up run plays as well and screen plays. A very good safety to have. And now you have Justin Simmons alongside him. This may be the best safety duo in the NFL. But when I look at their front seven, that's what I'm worried about. For whatever reason, these guys cannot stop the run this season. You have Grady Jarrett. You have David Onyemata. You have Matthew Judon. And it's not like they're just going out there and they're just getting ran over every single week. They'll have a couple of drives where they stop the run and they look very good. But majority of the time, the run is gashing these guys and it's opening them up to play action. Now, what happened in today's game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the play action was not working out for Baker Mayfield and crew because they did not have Chris Godwin and they did not have Mike Evans. They have to be better in that department. The rushing defense has to be more consistent, and they have to get to the quarterback because if they can't, this is going to be a long rest of the season for the Atlanta Falcons. But for the fact that they have the division wins already in their pocket, this is a great sign for the Atlanta Falcons. This is what you pay Kirk Cousins for. And don't forget, you have Michael Penix Jr. sitting in the background. Kirk Cousins may be a starter here for this season and next season. This is a win-win situation. You win now and you win later. And I said that when they drafted Michael Penix Jr. I love the move. He's not your typical rookie in the first place. He's 24 years old. He's already kind of established. But we've seen some quarterbacks coming in the NFL that struggle straight off the bat. You bring this kid in. He's sitting behind Kirk Cousins. Very good veteran guy. He's learning how to go out there, carry himself as a pro, how to go out there and deal with certain plays in this system. He knows the pieces that he has as well. You look at it from this standpoint. When that kid comes in, Kyle Pitts will be a veteran tight end. Drake London will be a veteran wide receiver. Those guys can help elevate him as well. They can tell him certain coverages to look at, and they can get themselves open against certain zone coverages because Kirk Cousins is help getting the most out of them as well. To have to think about it from that standpoint, the Atlanta Falcons, they're doing everything right, but I like to see that defense be a little bit better. They don't even have to have a top 5 to top 10 defense. If this defense can just be average at stopping the run and just be average at getting to the passer and putting a lot of pressure on the opposing quarterback, this can be one of the most scariest teams in the NFC. But let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about the Atlanta Falcons. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. God bless. Peace.